Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studios, breaking down all the chaos from the weekend. It's time for Mayhem Monday on Franklin County's favorite morning show. The starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. And now for your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And good morning and welcome into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham along with Chewy, and it is a Mayhem Monday. And you can get involved in the show by calling in at 931-967-3500. You can also hit us up on the text line at 931-305-5611. And Chewy, we start right off the bat. We got some guests in with us this morning.
People in chat, Brett Crabtree saying good morning to the full house.
Good morning, Brett.
Good morning,
My headphones are funny. Is this a me thing? Is this a me problem? Check. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear
That's
yourself?
weird. I can't hear myself.
How
That's
about now?
really weird. I can hear you better than I can hear me.
Huh.
No, I still can't really hear. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Either way, yes, we do have some guests in studio with us this morning. We had a good show lined up for you. And because we want to get into it, we want to get through it, send these folks off to school, we'll introduce them right off the bat. We've got Dr. Roger Alsop, the new director of schools, sitting in with us. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Great. How are you?
Tremendous to see you. I am good. We've got Bob Robertson from Huntland, as well as the district athletic director. He is the Huntland athletic director. Good morning, Bob. How are you today?
Doing good. Thank you.
And then we've got Kelly Kennedy, who is the athletic director over at Franklin County High School, the co-athletic director over at Franklin County High School. How are you this morning?
Pretty good.
It's good to have you all in this morning. I really appreciate you guys coming by. And like I said, we're not going to really ease into it. We're just going to jump right in. This is a great opportunity. We've got a lot of people who are in the room this morning who can answer some direct questions, specifically concerns, expectations, accountability type of questions about the future of Franklin County athletics within the district. And today, we get to talk right to them. So we'll start with you, Dr. Alsop, right up there at the top. There is no better place than to go right to the man himself. And you're coming in as the new director of schools. And one of the main concerns that we've heard from a lot of our listeners is that there haven't been enough emphasis put on the importance of athletic success across the district by leadership in recent years necessarily. And that could be for one of many different reasons. But how do you plan on addressing those concerns going forward?
Well, athletics is important to me as a student athlete and coach. I know the value of our sports programs. We're in the budget season, and the budget is very, very tight. We're hoping to get a budget passed with a very thin margin, but it's important that we make sure that our athletic programs are supported, and I'm going to make sure that happens. Academics will always be our priority, but I don't think that the athletics and academics are mutually exclusive. I think you can.
Right.
Put emphasis and priorities and importance on our sports programs as well as our athletic programs.
Well,
go ahead.
And I was going to ask you, as far as athletics goes and the reasoning behind it being important, what do you think it is specifically to the district that is important for athletics to kind of be successful?
I think, when we have winning programs, people want to be a part of a winning program. And when we start, we field a team they play hard, they play well, they win. Kids want to stay. And that's one of the things that we have to address is, kids leaving our school district to go other places, especially if it's for athletic reasons. I think we have some of the best sports programs around here, and we need to make sure that is conveyed to our community and our students, in our elementary and middle schools, so they'll stay with, our high school, and not go to other places. Losing students is important, is a concern. It cuts into the amount of funding we get from the state, and I do believe that if we can put a program together, a sports program together at Franklin County High School, Huntland, middle schools, I really believe that we can turn that around.
Yeah, and I think that narrative that Franklin County athletics across the board is incorrect, in my opinion. Right. I mean, the district has actually made some really strong headway towards setting new standards in recent years. And despite the struggles of the Franklin County football team, which sometimes seem to overshadow the success of the rest of the programs, much of these programs have had a lot of success. And what would you say about maybe folks who are unfamiliar? What would you say to them about the success that these other programs have had?
Well, I think, I really would like for our community to come out and watch our games, watch our softball team play. I went to a game last week, and it was just, it was so much fun to watch those girls and how hard they competed. Yeah. I need to get down to Huntland. I want to watch some of their baseball, softball games because I know those kids compete hard too. I went to the baseball game, and, the game that I went to, they lost, but they played hard. They looked good. They looked like they, were competing hard and wanting to win. And if you've never been to a track meet, our track team is amazing. Yeah. We have some amazing kids, student athletes. I used to coach track, and if you've never been to a track meet, go watch one because it's really entertaining. And that's one of the things that I really would like for people to do to kind of get a good idea of what's going on in our county as far as athletics is concerned.
We've got Dr. Roger Alsop in studio alongside Kelly Kennedy and Bob Robertson this morning. And one of the questions that I have for you, Dr. Alsop, is when you consider the district as a whole, all the way down to a school level, how have you seen the success of athletics positively affect both the school community and the general community in your time in the past?
Let's start off by talking about how it benefits our students. What experience they get being a student athlete. Lots of things. I will tell you, as a student athlete, it absolutely made a ton of difference for me when I went off to the Air Force right out of high school, because I knew discipline. I knew I knew how to be a team player and team member. I knew how to train and how hard to train and how to pay attention to the details. And so the benefit and the value for our student athletes is enormous. And then, again, having our coaches work with these kids, making them good humans, in addition to being good athletes, is critical. And these kids will not only be good athletes, but they're also going to be better school citizens. They're going to be better in the classroom. They're going to be better in the hallway. They're going to work hard to make sure they get credits and pursue that high school diploma, and maybe even something after high school. And I think just that drive and that grit that we can instill in our students is so important.
Yeah, and that trickles down, like you mentioned, into the classroom, and it can really affect the culture of the entire school, in my opinion. And it's not just athletics either. I stand by this. I think that band, I hear what they go through in the summer.
Right.
I think that band is probably the hardest sport, or not sport, but hardest thing to be a part of.
It is rigorous.
Yeah, I played football, I played baseball, I played tons of different sports, and I would not want to have to go through what they go through over the summer. But all that being said, Huntland has a tremendous community culture, and they really take pride in supporting their athletic programs. How do you think, or where do you think that stems from? Because it feels a little bit different down there at times than it does up in Winchester.
Well, we don't want to forget about them. That is those students are important, and those programs are important as well. And they're very successful. They've got several good things going with their athletic programs. I think they've got some really some new coaches, and I think basketball maybe that it's very exciting. And again, they're trying to build their team and build their program up. And so I'm very proud of the work that the coaches and Coach Robertson has done at Huntland.
Yeah. And to that point, the district has really had a rivalry that goes back years and years.
It's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, and it can be a good thing.
Absolutely.
As long as it doesn't become a divide, you know.
Right.
And at what point in time do you think it is a good thing versus where does it become detrimental to the overall mission of the district?
Well, I think if it depends on, I don't know that we are playing, the two schools are playing each other, but if it became such a negative situation where we couldn't even have a scrimmage or couldn't even have some kind of a friendly play, that would be a problem, and we're not even close to being there yet. I think it's just a lot of good fun and good humor and just just not even really jealousy, just talking about the two different programs. It's all in fun.
Yeah, well, it's a good opportunity as well, as far as the communities being so close but yet so different, to kind of celebrate those differences in a lot of ways. And let's shift gears. We'll go to you, Bob. So Bob Robertson, the AD over at Huntland High School, as well as the countywide AD. And for folks who may not necessarily understand your role as the countywide AD, explain what that is and what that kind of entails.
Well, when I was asked to assume this role a year and a half ago or something, Dr. Ossett put together a job description. Basically, what I do as county AD is help some with the athletic budget, line up ambulances for all the football games. We've recently signed a contract with the hospital to provide athletic trainers for both high schools. There's some money to be spent on all the high schools, and I've tried my best to be as fair to all the schools, even including North and South on some things. And basically, the school ADs, and Kelly and I both can tell you this because we've been through it before I was in this position. Basically, the school ADs take care of their schools. And if they need help doing anything, they know all they got to do is call, and we'll jump in and work together to get some things done.
Well, you mentioned, the resources, and one of the comments that we get a lot is that Huntland doesn't necessarily get the same resources that Franklin County gets. So from your perspective, do you feel like there's any truth to that? Is that more perception-based? And how do resource decisions get made?
A lot of that comes from the community. I don't think you hear coaches, people in the school building at Huntland complain about anything. Right now, we're kind of landlocked at Huntland, and some of the things people complain about, we can't do anything about.
Right.
Football team practices on a 30-yard playground, and that's all we have. I mean, there's nothing the board can do, anybody else can do to help us with that.
Right.
But the decisions are made based on need. This year, we've done some good things for Franklin County. We helped Kelly with our softball field. We helped volleyball with some new standards and other things. Kelly can tell you more about that. I just signed the requisition when I filled it out. Huntland, we've bought them a used groomer that they can use to drag the fields with and things like that. There's been a lot of small things. Also ordered some weight racks for North and South that should be coming in this week. So, this job is, people's going to say what they're going to say, and that's okay. But I think I've been fair. I think Dr. Alsop, Dr. Holman both have been fair about making sure each school gets something and is covered. And we try to help with a lot of the things that are more need-based than want-based,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. It seems like it's a perception thing. Do you think that there's any kind of way to improve the local perception, or do you think it's always going to kind of be that way?
Well, a lot of it is some coaches don't understand we have money to help them with. I think you're going to get into it in a little bit, but I found out recently that the new football coach, Coach Reed at Franklin County, wanted some Guardian caps. Couldn't come up with money through the Booster Club or whatever, and I called him. We talked, and wound up, we filled out a requisition to get Franklin County New Guardian caps and also Huntland football New Guardian caps, and it was approved, and Franklin County should be coming in this week, and Huntland's will be a little bit later because of there's a shortage of the royal blue ones at this time.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that, and you and Coach Reed, obviously over at Franklin County High School, you did work on that together. You were able to help to protect the noggins of these kids playing football across Franklin County down into Huntland as well. And you mentioned that there are coaches who maybe don't realize that some of those funds are available or that they can address certain needs within their programs. What do you think? Is there a like a seminar that needs to be had? Do you think that there's an opportunity there to kind of explain to them, hey, this is what this money is here for. This is, what is a need, what looks like a need, and this is more a want. That's something that we can't necessarily help you with that goes to your fundraising and your program.
Well, I think the word has got out more. I think the school ADs have done a great job of letting their coaches know that we can help with some things. In fact, the volleyball standards, we were able to help even more than what they expected. There was a couple other things we purchased in that requisition. But yes, I think most of the coaches are starting to figure that out. We don't have a ton of money, but
right.
We do have some money that we can help with different things.
We asked Dr. Alsop about his opinion on the importance of athletics within the community, and again, looking at it from the Huntland perspective, you've got close insight on how things are a little bit different down that way. What are your particular views on it?
Well, Huntland's different. Huntland's a community. Franklin County is a bunch of communities together.
Yeah.
Our people, most of the people in Huntland went to Huntland, graduated from Huntland. Now they have kids in Huntland, and they support the school. They support athletics. It's really in June and July you stop to get gas, and people went, hey, how's the football team going to be this year? How's the football team going to be this year? And they just get excited about the athletic programs, and they get even more excited when we're able to win and move on to the playoffs and things like that.
The district recently implemented a new policy on handling certain matters within, internally, essentially, within the district before escalating them to the state level. Why do you think that it's important for the district to have this policy in place?
Well, there's a lot of things that people might think are violations. You may think one way, I may think another way, and before things gets blown out of proportion, we really feel like we should sit down and discuss that among ourselves. Kelly and I have worked a lot together over the years. Even before I was the county AD, Kelly and I worked together on a lot of things. Just making that one phone call where it needs to be made and letting people work on it and see what's going on. And I expect, Kelly expects, Dr. Ossie expects all of us to go by TSSAA route.
Right.
People's going to think the policy that we come up with is kind of wanting to sweep things under the rug. That is by far not true.
Right.
If we have violations, they should be turned in by the school themselves.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned having them turned in by the school themselves versus having another school kind of point them out. In your experience, what is the difference between if another school turns you in versus if you turn yourself in?
Well, it's one of those things where the TSSAA looks at it. I'll give you an example. We had a violation in basketball a couple of years ago where we went up and scrimmaged Franklin County after the dead period, which is a no-no. Of course, neither of the basketball coaches understood that at the time. People were calling and all that. So what we went, I think, Kelly, y'all did the same thing. Both of us turned ourselves in, and the TSSAA let us kind of decide our own punishment to go with that. And it takes away the, hey, we're hiding this from the TSSAA if you kind of monitor yourselves and take care of things that way.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you got a kid and they come to you and apologize and say, "Hey, I screwed up here," versus when you find out, it's a lot worse.
Right. That's basically the way they deal with things up there.
Yeah.
This deal with that we just got through, the TSSAA was great.
Yeah.
I think Kelly was able to talk to Mark Reeves. I was able to talk to Mark Reeves, and they were great to work with. And sometimes they get a bad name, but through that process, I don't think we could ask for anybody better person to talk to.
Well, you mentioned your work with Kelly over the years, and over her time here. I mean, how would you describe her work and the work that she has done over at Franklin County High School?
Well, I'm not with her all the time, but I picture Kelly as being one of those persons that's there. I think that's the way an athletic director should be. The things that we've talked to each other about and worked with, she's been great on that end. I think she's been an asset to Franklin County High School.
And Huntland has had some tremendous success across different sports over the past few years. But in a small community, you guys face some challenges, some unique challenges of your own. What are some of those challenges that you guys face and have to work through in your community?
Well, probably the biggest challenge we have to face is numbers. Sometimes our numbers are small, but we try to regroup and move on. At Huntland, if you look at our athletic teams, it kind of goes in cycles. We'll have a class, just like our junior class right now. There's a lot of good football players in that junior class. It may be 2 or 3 years from now until we have a class that has that many in it again.
Right.
But it's one of those things the coaches understand. Basketball, the last few years we've been to a couple of sub-states, 3 or 4 districts, a couple of regions. Right now we're a little down, but you look in our 6th grade and 7th grade classes, we have some pretty good basketball players. So, the coaches understand sometimes there's going to be down years, and we work as hard as we can to develop those kids, and then eventually, it comes along where we have a lot more athletes together to work with at the same time.
All right, Kelly Kennedy, it's your turn.
Okay.
Step into the gauntlet. Let's start with your comfort zone, right? So the softball has been really impressive. They've got some really good talent on that team this year. And tonight is supposed to be the final regular season game, right?
Yes.
We'll see how the weather holds out. But without making any promises, what do you think that this team is capable of in the postseason?
Whatever they want, honestly. We have a lot of youth on the team at any given time. We've got a couple freshmen out there, sophomores. And so I think what we've seen throughout the season is from time to time they're going to show that youth. But I have been just tremendously proud of their ability to overcome adversity this season. We've had several come from behind wins. We've had several games where in the 7th inning they've tried to come back to win and have made those one-run games. They've done a tremendous job. And so the postseason is really in their hands. If they decide to come out swinging the bats and feeling the ball the way that they know how to, I think sky's the limit for them.
Yeah, you mentioned kind of the unforced errors or the mistakes that come with the youth and all that you've got on the field. Defensively, it seems like at times they put themselves in holes, and then once they get the bats going, though, they're literally in every game because they could explode for 5, 6, 7 runs in a half inning, and it doesn't matter. You can't unless you run rule, you guys and get you off the field. The game is not over.
No, it's not.
So your job as the AD over at Franklin County High School, obviously it can be a thankless one, or for people who may not know, it can be a thankless one. Sometimes you're blamed when things go wrong. Oftentimes you're blamed for when things go wrong. You're ignored, at best when things go right. But what is maybe a misconception that listeners might have about what you are and what you are not responsible for within the athletic program over at Franklin County High School?
I think the biggest thing is that athletic directors are not responsible for telling officials what to do. I think Coach Robertson, many years, he's got way more years of experience than I do, but I think that when, things get controversial in a game and you're the game administrator, I think that the fans expect you to tell the officials, hey, that's not how the rule is supposed to be applied, but that is not our job. Our job is there to ensure the safety of the players and the fans and the officials and to make sure that the game can be played. And if that means the removal of a fan, then that's what that means.
Yeah. Well, and you've had a recent run-in with situation like that. It's one of those things that you talk about one thankless job to another, but it's tough to be an official, and it's challenging to find them right now for what I've heard.
Yes, for many sports, I think the TSSAA has gotten back to almost being fully staffed for the sport of football, but they're still short in many of the other sports. Basketball is improving. But we are facing a shortage of officials for baseball and softball across the state. So our assigners have been emailing us weekly, trying to get us to reschedule games to lesser days, lesser booked days and things like that. So if you're looking to make some extra money, officiating is a great way to do it. And you can get your patches and help us out.
Well, in a small town that is very passionate like ours about athletics, it makes everything a bit more challenging, right? Everything's under a bit of a microscope, from hiring and firing to wins and losses to even who starts within certain programs and stuff. How have you managed the input or the feedback that you've gotten from the community over your time here?
Yeah, the community is a huge stakeholder in what we do at the high school level. You guys come to support us at our games, and you help us tremendously with our fundraising efforts, and you support our programs in many, many ways. So hearing you out about, your complaints or your excitement about our programs, that's important. And I do think that when I meet with the higher ups, when I meet with my building principal, when I meet with Bob and Dr. Alsop, we do consider the community's opinion on things, and we understand that at the end of the day, we do answer to the community, and I think that is a part of our decision making from time to time.
What would you say that your biggest challenge has been in the role?
Well, I think when I first got the job, I was only 26 years old, and I was not expecting to get the job so quickly. So there was a lot of learning that I had to do really, really fast. But I have had a really great support system in that position. And I've also done a lot of self-education on my own. I'm only about a credit away from being able to sit for the national certification as an athletic director, and I really do enjoy doing the work. So I think that despite any of the difficulties that have come up over the years, I think just having a passion for the job and the ability to serve the student athletes at Franklin County High School and to serve the coaches has really been my driving force.
So for people who may not know, you're on your way out at the end of this year. I guess, would you like to kind of address that and the situation regarding your choice to leave or anything?
Sure. So I'm not originally from Franklin County. I am from the suburbs of Chicago, and I moved to Tennessee when I was 19 years old to play softball at Tennessee Tech University. And when I was 21, I met my husband, who's from Lincoln County. I know, boo, we hate the Falcons. It's okay. But he's really jumped into the Franklin County lifestyle, and he helps me coach softball. And we have just really bled the blue and gray for the last 5 years. And we're very sad to leave. But I am pregnant with our baby daughter. And so getting home to that family support where my parents are and my siblings is something that we just can't pass up.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know everybody is very excited for you. What advice would you give to the next AD that steps into that role at Franklin County High School?
Yeah, well, this year I was fortunate enough to bully Kent Bean into splitting the role with me. So I think that he does plan to continue on in that position. I'm not quite sure what the situation is, if they're going to do a co-situation or let Kent do it full time. I don't know. But he's just a rock star. He knows what he's doing. he's been a great support for me in many ways. Things that I've not been able to get to, he's picked up the slack. I don't think that the high school will skip a beat when it comes to that role.
Right. Where do you think that the community is strongest when it comes to athletics from what you've seen, and how do you think the community can improve in that regard?
I think that overall the community is very passionate about the kids themselves. I think that when they see something that they don't like or that might negatively impact the students, they're not afraid to voice those opinions. And I mean, we're just people, so we don't know everything that's going on. And so a lot of times, I'm sure Bob is the same way, we'll get phone calls or emails about something that we didn't know about. And so if we don't know about it, we can't address it. So I do think that the community does a good job in that respect. I would just say if there's anywhere to improve, it would just be the negativity on social media. The kids do have social media and they read it, and it absolutely affects their opinion. It affects their mindset. There's been times where I've showed up for practice or games and kids are like, "Did you see what was said on?" And I'm like, "Well, no, because I don't have social media. So if somebody doesn't show it to me, I don't know about it." But I do think that we need to be a bit more mindful just overall as a society of what we're putting out there, because the kids do see it and it does affect the way that they think, and it can affect the way that they play. Yeah,
certainly. And you've seen a lot of growth surrounding these programs over at Franklin County during your time there as the AD. When you leave, what will you be most proud of leaving behind as part of your legacy?
I just think the kids are just tremendous. I mean, we've had so much success across so many of our sports teams, and people want to say, "Oh, the football programs," but we've sent kids to go play college football over the last 5 years. Despite the win-loss column, we've sent many kids across many sports to the collegiate level, which is, if that's something you want to do, that's wonderful. But we've had a lot of success, lots of region runs. We've sent kids to state. We've even won a state tournament in there. So, I don't think any of that's my legacy. I think that that's just the kids doing what they do best, and that's going out there and competing hard every single day. I think that's on the coaches who are showing up for practice and doing all the extra work that they do. And I was just happy to be a small part of that and to support them whenever they needed.
We've got a couple of questions, a couple of comments within the comment section on the FMO Facebook feed. One of them from Chris Lambert. He's giving me a hard time. He thinks that wrestling is much harder than band. Okay, I would say wrestling is very hard as well, up there with the toughest of any of them. But what he did say, Bob, was what do we got to do to get Huntland a wrestling program? Anything like that in the works down there?
Well, right now our kids compete with Franklin County on co-op program. Right now, numbers-wise, we probably wouldn't have enough to be able to function as a wrestling team solely at Huntland.
Yeah.
Facilities and some other things come into play there too, but we've had some kids that go up and really do well with the Franklin County wrestling program.
Well, and Kelly, stop me if I'm lying here, but I feel like I recall you requesting or mentioning to the board that a middle school wrestling program would go a long way, and that's something that you had been trying to get done. Is that something that is kind of being talked about, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think we all understand that feeder programs are important, and it's very difficult to compete at a high level if a kid's first time doing a sport isn't until they're 14 years old. So there has been a lot of requests over the last few years to include that middle school program for both North and South. So yes, the request has been made. I do think that we're moving in the right direction with that.
Okay, yeah, it's one of those things that doesn't necessarily happen overnight. Now, another question from Eric Ramos was any word on an athletic trainer? I know that we talked about the hospital kind of taking on the role, I believe, at the games, but
yes, we have Dr. Alsop signed an agreement with the hospital a month ago.
Right.
I guess at this point, they're going to the agreement says that both high schools will have a trainer at all home games and some of the away games too. But there's some other things we need to work on there with that. But yes, we're going to have athletic trainers at both high schools.
So back when I first came here for several years, we had trainers. I think we had 2 in the county, and they were able to go to practices as well as the home and away games for our major sports teams. Those trainers have left, and there is a shortage of trainers. And the hospital has been trying for the last couple of years to find trainers and provide those resources for us. Now, the agreement that we have with the hospital is not the best, but it is something.
Right.
And we would like to find trainers. We would like to have those trainers that are dedicated to Huntland and dedicated to Franklin County High School. And if they are available, I think the hospital would gladly hire them, but we just don't have them at the time.
Right. Well, call out there for all trainers or people who could get. I don't know what getting a certification in that area kind of looks like, or if that's something that you can tack on if you're already have.
I think it's very involved.
Yeah.
I think it requires a master's degree, and these colleges, these junior colleges, small colleges, all the colleges are looking for trainers.
Right.
Bigger high schools, they're paying more for trainers. So the competition is really hard to get trainers to come to Franklin County.
Yeah. All right, Chewy. If your radio career doesn't work out, you can always wrap ankles. Be a trainer. All right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you coming in this morning. I know that you got to head on your way, get to class, get to school. But thank you very much for taking the time this morning. And thank you for all the work that you do for the kids. Again, from the coaching level to the athletic director level. I know that it is a thankless job. And I think that from my perspective, one of the things that I could say that where the community can improve is just the support of you guys and the coaches and the work that you're trying to do with the kids. Does that always translate into wins and losses? Not necessarily, but doesn't mean you're not working.
Just add one thing to that. It's not really a thankless job. I know we both have people come up to us. Some people's not going to like what you do. Some people are going to like what you do. So, you cherish the victories and you move on and you go on. And I know every now and then we get told thank you. Maybe not enough, but we do every now and then.
There you go. Well,
thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate the athletic directors and the hard work that they do.
Yeah, we certainly
so
appreciate
does
it.
Doug Garrett here
Yeah.
in the chat. He says, thank you, Kelly, for your acceptance of the touchdowns against Cancer Night. Bob Robertson is a legend in FC. Can't wait to see what Dr. Alsop does as well.
There you go. So to Bob's point, not thankless, just
Yeah.
limited. All right. Well, y'all have a great day. Like I said, I really appreciate you coming in this morning for the conversation. And that's Kelly Kennedy, Bob Robertson, and Dr. Alsop joining us this morning right off the bat on a Monday morning before they even head into class. So thanks to them. We will be back on the other side with more. This is the starting lineup fueled by Loco Coffee on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
When we hear drug-endangered children, we may picture extreme situations, but substance misuse can affect any child through unsafe environments, unsecured medications, or even impaired driving. Protecting children is everyone's responsibility. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition partners with schools and law enforcement to raise awareness and provide tools that keep kids safe. Because when we work together to protect our children, we are stronger together. Learn more at fcpctn.org/DEC. This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at fmotn.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
From the 931 Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Winchester weather update.
No surprises out here today, folks. You're going to have another beautiful day for you. Mostly sunny. High of 81 degrees this afternoon, with some southwest winds coming in around 10 to 15 miles per hour, with some gusts as high as 25. Be a little bit windy, but also very, very beautiful. Get out there and enjoy it while you stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester.
Hey folks, I'm Johnny Hand from WCDT, the home for Franklin County Athletics. From Friday night football to every big game in between, we're proud to bring you all the action that keeps our community cheering. Want to be part of that excitement? We'd love to talk with you about advertising and other great opportunities to support our local athletes. So give us a call today at 931-967-2201 or stop by the station at 1201 South College Street right here in Winchester. WCDT Winchester. We are Franklin County.
More Courtney Funeral Home. Well, they're a fifth-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at reliablerentalfc.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
Well, that was an interesting last segment. Let's try that again. Back to Joe Abraham and Chewy. This is the starting lineup on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. Yeah, Chewy, see if you can crank me up a little bit more. My ears are still not bleeding. Hello, hello. There I am. Okay, that's better. It is the starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. Good way to open a week right there with a conversation with Kelly Kennedy, Bob Robertson, and Dr. Alsip. Very cool of them to stop by. And
Watercrafts.
We get a chance to go out now. Scotty, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning.
It is a new day, my friend, for trivia. We'll see if the trivia maniacs have migrated over and figured it out yet. But we will be having trivia while you guys are at drafts every Monday morning at 7:40, as opposed to Thursdays, like when you are over at the Oasis. So tonight is the night for trivia, the opening version of trivia over at Drafts and Watercrafts.
It is. It's our first week. We'll be doing it tonight at 6:30. So you can come out and join us for trivia. You know, trivia is always free to play. Give away some great door prizes to the winning teams. So, you know, I've already got people texting this morning, reserving their tables for their teams. If you want to do that, you are allowed to call and give us how many you're going to have. We'll have you set up and ready.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, drafts is packed enough on a regular night as it is. You probably need to show up like now if you want to get a seat for trivia tonight. But that being said, so you guys have opened up the season. This is our first conversation that we've gotten to have with you since you opened up the season over there at Drafts. But tell us what you guys got going on this upcoming week and really this season in general.
Well, you know, we've got a full week packed of entertainment. We've got tomorrow night, we've got a gentleman called Levi Ogle's going to be performing. He's going to be playing from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wednesday night, we've got Singo starting at 6:30, which is always fun. It's bingo with music. Thursday night, we've got Dylan Sweeten going to be performing from 6:30 to 9:30. Got a full band Friday night called Tequila Falls that's going to be here from 6:30 to 10. Saturday night, we got a full band called the Most Wanted Band, and they will be performing from 6:30 to 10 also. We also do live music on Sundays from 12 to 3. So we have something going on 7 days a week at Drafts and Watercrafts.
That's tremendous. And for folks who have not had the chance to enjoy the pickle bacon pizza, I would encourage you, my friends.
Yeah, you know, today marks a week that we've officially opened. So had a great week last week. People came out and enjoyed a lot of the food. Got a lot of new items on our menu.
Yeah.
And you'll just have to come check out Drafts and Watercrafts. I still have people. This is our 9th season at Drafts and Watercrafts, and I've had a lot of people say they've never been there. So
wow.
If you want to come check us out, this is our 9th year. We're located at Twin Creeks Marina. The address is 91 Slipaway. That's here in Winchester. We're only about 1.5 miles off the square in Winchester, so we're super close, right on the water. We're a floating restaurant, and we're open every day for lunch and dinner. We open 11 a.m., 7 days a week.
I don't know what's more insane, the fact that you guys have actually been open for 9 years now, or the fact that you could be open for 9 years and somebody would not have had an opportunity to eat over at Drafts and Watercrafts. Both of those things are just absolutely heinous, but 9 years, can't believe how time flies.
Oh, I know, it's flown by, so.
All right, let's get into the trivia here this morning, my friend. What will somebody win if they call in and get the trivia question correctly?
All right, we're going to do a one-topping pizza.
Okay.
That you can pick up either today or tomorrow. You can do it for lunch or dinner, and you can either get it to go or you can dine in with it. But it's a one-topping, 12-inch thin crust pizza. And also, I was going to let people know, we have a lot of people do the gluten-free and cauliflower or low keto crust. We offer those also.
Really?
If you're wanting a gluten-free or low-carb pizza, we also offer those cauliflower crusts.
Yeah, I know that Chewy is cutting down on his gluten.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the number, lock this into your phone, 931-967-3500. That's 931-967-3500. Scotty, out at Drafts and Watercrafts, what is our trivia question for today?
Well, the draft has been going on. I think it's over with now, but we're going to do a draft question this morning.
Okay.
You ready?
I am.
Who was the first ever number 1 draft pick to never play a single snap in the league?
Ooh, the first ever number 1 draft pick to never play a snap in the NFL.
Yeah, in a single snap, never to play a single snap in the league. This is back in the early days.
Yeah, so this is probably before the merger. So we're going way back. Again, the number is 931-967-3500. That's 931-967-3500. This is a good one. I have a feeling, but I'm not 100% sure. So the first ever draft pick to not play in the league, he was drafted at number 1 overall. Again, 931-967-3500. Chewy has no clue. He doesn't know what the draft is.
Don't even know what a snap is.
Yeah, he's just as long as he's not getting drafted, he's in good shape. We're all in good shape.
I feel like I make a killer water boy.
Yeah, maybe. Chewy hears draft and he thinks like military.
Well, I was thinking like beer, but
he's drafted by the Blue Moon team. Again, 931-967-3500.
If you know it, call us in.
Yeah, this is one of those, it's the first week at the new time. I think it's going to take some people a little bit of time to transition to the new day and time. I'll have to promote it over on the Facebook page. Again, who was the first player drafted number 1 overall that never played in the league of professional football? 931-967-3500.
Who do you think it is? Who do you think the team that drafted him? Your guess?
The Browns.
No.
Okay. Good. Oh man, because that would have just been one more thing to put in our list of mess ups, screw ups. I have no idea. Then I'm at a loss. This is well before my time.
Anybody in the chat, jump in. Call us 931-967-3500.
This is a tough one to even Google. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start searching, sorting through.
Well, somebody in our chat says they know it, but they're not calling in.
Gotta call the number. Again, what'll they win, Scotty, if they call in and get the right answer?
They win a one-topping pizza.
A one-topping pizza.
8 slices in a pizza. Yeah, one-topping pizza. So they can put any one topping they want on there.
Brett, I think that Brett says this is my 30 days renewed since it's a different restaurant now.
All right, we got one here. Go ahead, caller.
Jay Barwinger.
That's right.
Correct.
Jay
there
Baldwin.
you go.
I don't even know who that is.
Uh-uh.
That's bad on me. Well, good job, caller. Who's this?
Sean.
Sean, what is your last name so that Scotty can have your name down at the Drafts and Watercrafts for your pizza that you just won?
Voodoo.
Voodoo?
Sean Voodoo. Yeah, he's a.
Well, Sean. Sean, while you're on the line, can you help us figure out how to break the voodoo curse that Tullahoma's got on Franklin County athletics that we were talking about last week?
Well, we should. We could annex them again. We gave it away early in the century, but we could annex them again. Then it could be part of us. So
I like his thinking.
Very practical.
Just absorb them right back in.
Yeah.
All right, Sean. Congratulations.
We gave Tullahoma away once before, so
haven't we learned anything? Well, good job by you. The pizza will be over there for you at Drafts and Watercrafts, my friend.
See
ya. Sean Voodoo. What a name.
Yeah.
All right.
Brett, you're late.
Scotty, good job by you, my friend. We will see you out there soon.
Yep, we'll be there. And come on out and see us. The answer again tonight is Jay Burwanger.
Jay Burwinger.
So he got to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then he got traded to Chicago immediately, and he never played a single snap because of the salary dispute. Said that 1936, and he wanted $1,000 to $1,500 a game, and they were paying $400 a game back then. So.
Wow. Good job by you. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to do some Jay Burwanger research. Good job by Sean as well.
Y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to y'all next Monday.
All right, brother. You too.
See you. Bye.
All right, so I'm already looking into this guy. Chewy, he played for the Chicago Maroons.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Those guys.
Yeah. You throw out all the records when the Maroons go at it. They're now in Division III, but they used to be a football powerhouse, I believe. All right. I mean, he won the Heisman Trophy for them. Let's get a quick break in here. We literally, because we smoked through our first break of the hour during the interview, we're behind one. So we got to get one in, and then we'll end the hour when we come back. We'll make phone calls out to Poultry Electric and Heath Automotive in the top of hour number 2. It's all right here on the starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
Out with the cold, in with the comfort. Refresh your home with Hall Furniture in Winchester. From stylish living room sets to cozy recliners and dining pieces made for gathering, now's the perfect time to upgrade your space. Quality, comfort, and pieces you'll love coming home to. That's Hall Furniture. Visit them at 3131 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or browse anytime at hallfurniture.com. Hall Furniture. Make your home feel brand new.
Hey, it's Chewy, and if you've got pests, you need the folks that I trust. Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. They're right here in the heart of Estill Springs at 101 North Main Street, taking care of everything from termites and ants to spiders and those little critters that love sneaking into your home. Burrow's is family-owned, they're local, and they've been protecting homes around here for years. So don't wait, swing by or check them out over there online at burrowstermite.com. Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. They'll treat you right and treat your home even better.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Winchester hosted a unique regional competition April 23rd as water utilities gathered at the City Park Red Roof Pavilion for the annual TAUD Regional Water Taste Test. The Tennessee Association of Utility Districts conducts contests across the state each year to determine which system provides the best tasting drinking water. Region 6 utilities, representing Maury, Giles, Rutherford, Marshall, Bedford, Moore, Lincoln, Cannon, Coffee, and Franklin counties, competed in this year's event. Belvedere Rural Utility District was selected as the Region 6 winner and now advances to the statewide competition at the TAUD Annual Conference. The state competition will move on to represent Tennessee at the Great American Water Taste Test in Washington, D.C. as part of the National Rural Water Association's Rural Water Rally. TAUD will cover travel expenses for the winning utilities representative. In education news, Franklin County schools are celebrating 7 juniors who scored 30 or higher on the ACT, placing them in the top 5 to 7% nationally. The ACT measures college readiness in English, math, reading, and science, with scores ranging from 1 to 36 and a national average around 20 to 21. Students recognized for reaching the Elite 30-plus range include Trace Custer, Hayden Hunt, Carter Franklin, Nicholas Castle, Audrey Stewart, William Orr, and Harrison Crenshaw. District leaders say the achievement reflects exceptional dedication and academic excellence. And the Franklin County Sheriff's Office marked National Drug Endangered Children Awareness Day on April 22nd, emphasizing its commitment to protecting children impacted by substance-related environments. Officials encourage residents to wear red in support, advocate for safer community standards, and report concerns to the Sheriff's Office or Tennessee Department of Children's Services hotline. For more local news and updates, visit 931go.com.
Wrapping up hour number 1 here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham alongside Chewy. We will be back for hour number 2 on the other side. We got some fun stuff to get into. Don't go away. This is ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into the starting lineup, weekdays from 7 to 9.
With the latest from around FCHS and Rebel Nation.
The Rebel Report, every weekday, presented by Oaklawn Baptist Church, right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Good morning, Rebel Nation. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Laura. Here's your Rebel Report.
We'll start things off on the soccer field, where the Rebels were in action last night at home against Columbia. It was a hard-fought match from start to finish, with both teams bringing intensity on both ends of the field. The Rebels held their ground defensively and found a key goal to stay competitive throughout the night. When the final whistle blew, the game ended in a 1-1 draw. A solid effort from the Rebels as they continue to push through the final stretch of the season.
Looking ahead, it's a busy week for Rebel soccer, and they'll be staying right here at home. On April 28th, the Rebels will take on Warren County in what should be an exciting matchup. Then just 2 days later, on April 30th, they'll host district rival Shelbyville. That game could have big implications, so be sure to come out and support the team as they defend their home turf.
Now, heading over to the baseball field, where the Rebels are getting ready for a big home game against Shelbyville. First pitch is set for Friday night, 6 p.m., so make plans to come out and enjoy a great evening of baseball. As the season winds down, every game becomes more important, and the Rebels are looking to build momentum heading into postseason play.
And speaking of postseason, the baseball district tournament is right around the corner. The tournament will run through Thursday and Saturday of next week, and the Rebels will be competing for a district championship. It's an exciting time for the program, and we wish them the best as they look to make a strong run.
Finally, we head to the track, where the Rebels will host a home meet this Saturday. It's not just any meet, though. It's senior night. This will be a special opportunity to recognize and celebrate the seniors for their dedication, hard work, and contributions to the program. Be sure to come out and show your support as we honor those student athletes.
That's all for your Rebel Report.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Laura.
Located at 108 Memorial Drive in Winchester, Oaklawn Baptist Church is a place where families grow, faith is strengthened, and students are encouraged to live with purpose, which is why we're proud to sponsor the Rebel Report. Our mission is simple: introduce people to Jesus and build strong families through God's Word. Join us this weekend for Sunday school at 10 and worship to follow at 11. Learn more online at oaklawnbaptistchurch.org.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, Southern Middle Tennessee sports leader. (1340 AM WCDT) and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, Southern Middle Tennessee sports leader, serving Franklin County for over 75 years. Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studio, it's the starting lineup. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
Back here for hour number 2 on the starting lineup. Fueled by Loco Coffee, this is ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9 WCDT Winchester. It is a Mayhem Monday, and goodness gracious, hour number 1 included a little bit of mayhem. We had Dr. Roger Alsop in studio with us, along with Bob Robertson, the AD for Huntland, as well as the countywide AD, and Kelly Kennedy, who I don't know what Dr. Alsop did to get Kelly in here, Chewy, but I think he had to get an act of Congress.
Yeah.
She is one of those. She does not like to be in the spotlight, so to speak.
She did absolutely wonderfully. The
She
whole
did.
interview was good.
She did a tremendous job.
Let's jump into these kids from Deckard.
Let's do that.
Good morning, Deckard.
Good morning, WCDT.
How are you guys out there this morning?
We are wonderful on this Monday morning. How about you guys?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. It's going to be a beautiful day outside, so I think we need to start off our day with some really good, strong, positive energy with a good pledge.
We've got 4 very excited first graders from Miss Jolly's class ready to make that happen.
All right, let's hear it.
Good morning, Franklin County. Please join Deckard Elementary as we stand, salute, and pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fantastic job, guys.
All right, who's our joke this morning? That's our weather. Who's got our joke this morning? Tell me your name.
My name is McKinley, and I have the joke. What event is spiders love to attend?
I don't know.
Webbings.
Webbings.
That's really cute. That's a cute one out there, Deckard. I hope y'all have a wonderful day.
Y'all too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good job, I heard.
Webbings. That's really cute.
The Pledge of Allegiance brought to you by the folks over at Southern Tennessee Cardiology and Dr. Basaraba, proudly serving our community with trusted heart care. Southern Tennessee Cardiology and Dr. Basaraba take care of Franklin County one heartbeat at a time. And when you hear those little voices and they're telling a joke, if that doesn't pull at your heartstrings, get your day started on the right foot, I don't know what does. Chewy, let's see if we can get a hold of the folks over at Poultry Electric and Pro Hardware, and then we'll follow it up by calling out to Heath Automotive as well to get the hour started off. I know we're a little bit behind. Brett, good job by you with the Jay Berwanger answer.
Yeah, how did he know that? Did you Google that, or is that something that you already knew?
I don't know. That seems like a piece of information that Brett would know. It was that was a good pull. I mean, the guy died in 2002. He was playing football in the 30s. It's way before Brett's time, certainly.
We got Jeff on the line here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Right.
Not Friday morning. It's Monday morning.
I'm surprised.
Where do we get Friday at?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised she doesn't have you, Miss Christie doesn't have you strung up by your toes yet.
Hey, she is back from being a week off.
Yeah.
And she's got some kind of shirt on. I wish I could read it now. I can't. Anyways, it's. I forget more than I tell you. I tell you, and then I forget what I told you, and I work because I don't want to, and I have to work. I don't know. But anyways, she's got a basket full of stuff this morning that us boys didn't do for her while she was gone all last week.
Yeah.
And she's not the happiest in the world with us.
Yeah, I would say that she's got to be a little bit ornery.
Yeah, she's going to be at her desk a long time just because of us guys didn't do our job to keep up with her work. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, it's tough. It's tough though, because I know you spent all last Friday moving appliances. It was just appliance.
I did. We appliances and Adam this morning. Adam come in an hour early this morning so that he could get everything lined up because we had a busy day today, and it was appliance sales Friday evening and Saturday that we had so many delivery we just couldn't get to. You know, you've heard, and we have to say this, it's the downside of what we're talking about. You've heard the stories that where the customer walks into the store and his dryer went out or his washer went out or his refrigerator, and we turn right around and he buys it, purchases it, we load it on the truck, we follow him back to his driveway and unload it immediately.
Right.
You've heard me tell those stories, right?
Yeah.
Well, Friday and Saturday we had to put delivering off to Monday and Tuesday at whatever time they can get off work, or we've got one that we're literally meeting at 5:30 today because he's got to work all day, and
right.
We couldn't get to it Friday and Saturday. So now you're hearing the backside of that, where the guy really wanted it Saturday, but we just could not get it there. It just. But let me say this. If this guy was really, really down and he needed it, he's got, let's just say he had a refrigerator out and his food's going to spoil. We're going to make that happen somehow, even if we have to come at 8 o'clock Saturday night, okay?
Right.
So the situation just allowed us to be able to wait till today, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyways, appliance day is really, really busy today as far as what we sold Friday and Saturday. Got 2 or 3 customers coming in to look at some new kitchens. We always talk about the singles, the washer, the dryer, or the power washer and dryer, but Adam has sold several complete kitchen packages in the last 30 days that has really been good.
I bet he's bragging around, walking around with his chin held high.
Yeah, he is, but that creates another problem when you sell the complete kitchen packages. They're not ready for install yet. They're remodeling their kitchen, or they're looking down the road to get everything done. They're going to paint before they get their appliances. So now we have 5 complete kitchen sets stored in the warehouse.
Oh boy!
Already paid for, name loaded. So now we're waiting on them. So now we're pushed for room because, we're not overly blessed with warehouse space to start with.
Yeah.
So. But here's the thing. I say all that to say this. Whatever it takes y'all have been talking to us now several months and a year, 2 years, however long it's been, whatever it takes, we make it happen, okay? If I have to take this stuff home and store it in my personal garage at home, that's what we'll do. Now, I may put Sherry's car outside to put the appliances in the garage, but she'll be okay with that.
Sure. I'm sure she will.
So it looks like we're going to get a little rain this week in the forecast. It seems to be. So I think we ought to talk. We need the rain. We hope it rains.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's dry, and we need the rain. Our irrigation boys, our landscaping boys, they really need the rain too, just because it's so dry out there right now. Let's hope for the rain. Let's pray for the rain. But let's talk about Benjamin Moore paint. If it rains, you can go inside and have time to do some Benjamin Moore painting. You can paint those outside doors that's got covered porches or covered decks. You can do that. You can go inside the house and paint. Although I'd save the inside the house painting for the dead of summer, and I would do the outside painting now all I could, or the staining and things like that, because, man, this weather feels good. If we could get this weather right here year-round, it would be great.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out.
So come look at the appliances. Come look at the Benjamin Moore paint. If it rains and you can't get outside and work the yard and you want to come in here and talk about the irrigation, we got all your Rainbird stuff laid out over here. Got a really good supply of Rainbird irrigation products right now. There's all kinds of projects that you can come in the store, you can prepare, you can go ahead and buy, have sitting at your house while you can't get outside and work, and you can be ready to go work, when the rain quits. So we got a fastener aisle. I don't know, my wife has bought some kind of new flag picture frame that she wants hung up in the house. So I've got to go down the fastener aisle today, and I got to figure out what the best way to hang this huge picture in the house that she wants hung. I think I read it weighs like 38 pounds. So just driving a nail into the sheetrock ain't going to hold it,
Right.
So I got to go back here and get some kind of wall hanging stuff that it's going to hold up to 40 pounds is what I've got. And I've got them. We've got them that hold 60 pounds, 80 pounds, So if you got any kind of projects like that in the house, don't hesitate to come to the hardware store. Tell us what your project is. We'll figure out a solution for your project and hand walk you through the store, show you how to operate, show you how to do the project. So there's no dumb question in the hardware store. You got dripping faucets in the house. Most time you don't have to change that faucet. You can go in and put seals and gaskets and washers in it, and you can take a $100 faucet and repair it for $5 or less. Now, sometimes you have to put a cartridge in it, and the cartridge could be pricey. Some of those cartridges are $60. But here's the thing. If you have to buy a $60 cartridge, you've got a $150 faucet. Yes, it's half what the faucet cost, but it's also 1/3 of the labor. It's easy to change a cartridge out of a faucet.
Right.
But it's pretty hard and time-consuming to change the whole entire faucet out, So, and in today's world, a dollar saved is a dollar earned, and then an hour's labor saved is an hour you can go outside and relax and do something you want to do. So,
yeah.
So come and see us at Poacher Electric Pro Hardware for all your hardware needs, all your Benjamin paint needs, all of your appliances needs, propane gas. You're outside cooking with your grill. You need some gas. Come and see us. If you need some pellets for your pellet grill, come and see us for your pellets. So that's Poacher Electric, 1991 Sharp Springs Road. Call us at 967-7351. Find us on the web at poacherelectric.com.
All right, brother.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right. Watch out for Miss Christie's right hook.
I will, because she's going to be mean to us this week. All right. Bye.
All right. Poultry, Electric, and Pro Hardware. Go see Jeff and Miss Christie.
Hard to beat that level of, focus on a customer, to be honest with you. Working with you in your own house rather than just selling you the products, that's an amazing thing to do, and pretty rare now these days. I'd go take advantage of that.
Well, good job by them. Chewy, let's turn it right back around and see if we can get a hold of Heath Automotive. Steve over there at Heath Automotive. It's tough talking to Steve in the mornings, regardless of whether it's we talked to him on Monday and we talked to him on Friday mornings, and it's probably not the best time to talk to him, considering Friday you got a bunch of people in trying to get their vehicle in before the weekend, and then Monday you got a bunch of people who have had problems over the weekend trying to get their vehicle in. Despite that, he makes time for us. Good morning, Steve. How are you today?
Good morning, Joe. Hey, it's another beautiful Monday.
Oh man, not just like figurative. It is actually beautiful outside right now, as long as the rain holds off. But that being said, I was coming through a lot of the rain this past weekend, going to and from Atlanta, and man, was I glad that I had a good pair of tires on when I was coming up and down the mountain in the pouring rain.
Well, there's new tires. You know, your deep new traction makes a lot of difference in your traction on the road. And doing what we do, we constantly get asked the question, you know, when should I change my tires? How much time do I have left in these tires? How many miles do I have left and all? And one thing we all should consider is your peace of mind and your safety. And tires are expensive. You know, it's a big purchase. But depending upon how you're going to be using a vehicle, if you're going to be traveling with it, you're going to be out there in all conditions and all, there's a lot of difference between a tire with good deep tread, safety and traction-wise, versus one that's right in that last 20% of life.
Right.
And you know, if you're around town and just you're not on the highway, you're not out here burning the roads up, and you've got some control over when and where you drive, you can take a tire longer. But like what you said, you were out there on the road and just having that peace of mind a lot of times. I'll have customers ask me, and I can tell the way they ask, they go, you know, what do you think about these tires? Do you think I need new tires? And you'll check and I say, well, you know, you've got some decent, you're not unsafe, you've got some decent tread left on these tires. And you can just tell, you get that feel from them that they'd rather feel comfortable and confident and put new tires on them. But I'll ask them many times when I sense that, I'll go, you know, but how do you feel? Would you feel better? Would you have better peace of mind? Yes, I think I need new tires. End of that line of conversation. We will focus now on putting the best tire on there for that customer.
Well, excuse me. Oh man, I'm dying over here. Sorry. So as far as your tire tread around town, though, you know, you mentioned the ability on the trips, but one of the things that I noticed this time of year specifically, when it hasn't rained in a while, and then we do get a little shower, the oils and the grease and all the things that build up on the roads, you know, if you don't have good tread on your tires, it can really, you know, wreak havoc on your stopping distance and other things like that. But there are more things that go into your stopping distance than just tires as well. You know, your brakes and other things like that. But specifically, I notice immediately I'll be sliding all over the place. Start and go, you leave one of these lights and you can feel your vehicle struggle for traction and things like that. But again, those are all things that if they've got a good set of tires on, they don't have to necessarily worry about.
Right. And that's one of those things where that's one of the key questions we'll ask a customer, too, when they're asking about how much time they may have left. Should they be thinking about changing tires and all? And that's one of the key questions to ask. When the roads have been wet, have you felt you've got good traction? Have you slipped in the intersection when you're trying to take off and all? And when the answer is yes, and you know, a lot of times they'll say, well, that's why I'm here. The other day when it rained, I spun at the intersection when I was trying to take off, and it made me question my tires. So
yeah,
there's one of your best signs right there that you should be considering a new set of tires.
Well, as far as tires go, you know, you guys, that's one of your bread and butter kind of areas, and it's what's really cool about it is that not only do you guys are you experts in the area, but you're also experts in helping the customer save money. You mentioned earlier that they can be expensive investment, but the entire vehicle literally rests on them. And that being said, you can help them in terms of finding manufacturer rebates. You can help them get them financed and other things like that over at Heath Automotive if they do need a new set of tires for this wet and rainy spring.
Right, Joe. Well, as you know, we handle all lines of tires. We're a program dealer with Michelin, which is your Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal. Program dealer with Goodyear, which is your Goodyear and Kelly, your Cooper, your Mastercraft, your Hankook, which has great rebates running right now. Most of these have some type of rebates running right now. But your Hankook, which many of them are made right here in Tennessee, your Nexon, Toyo, Nitto, BF Goodrich, Firestone, we're program dealers with them. So we sell a lot of tires, so therefore we have access to anything you need, and we'll help you. And that's pretty daunting to make a decision for most people. You know, they're not into buying tires. So that's what we're here for, is to help you with that and dig out that rebate when it's available to get you some money back on those tires.
Well, tremendous stuff, brother. Where can folks find you if they're unfamiliar with Heath Automotive?
We're 4 blocks off the square in Winchester at 501 First Avenue Southwest. That's right at the split. You can give us a call at 967-3880. We're here to help you with all your tire, alignment, suspension, steering needs, brakes, diagnostics, drivability, your tune-ups, and, of course, your maintenance. Oil changes, fluid service. Keep it running, keep it safe.
Tremendous stuff. Again, online as well. The website is heathautomotivetire.com, and one of my favorite things to encourage folks, you know, again, when you're taking a vehicle into a new place and you're unsure about the quality of work and other things like that, check out their online reviews. They boast a 4.3 star rating, which in that kind of automotive industry, that's extremely impressive in any industry, but especially within your industry, my friend.
Well, we work hard towards it, and you get those ratings from there's times that you have to revisit an issue, and we're always working to take care of the customer, work for their satisfaction, and that's how you get those ratings. So we're proud of it.
All right, brother. Well, we will talk to you soon.
Take care, Joe.
Have a great week. That
You
is
too, sir. Bye-bye.
Steve over at Heath Automotive. Go over there. Next time you do go over there, because I know you're going to go over there, but next time you do go over there and tell Steve, tell whoever you're talking to, that you heard or you hear the conversations each and every Monday and Friday on the starting lineup. It goes a long way for us. It goes a long way for them as well. Speaking of peace of mind, that people are hearing their message and it's getting out there. All right, let's get a quick break in here. When we come back, oh, man, it was an interesting weekend. I almost died during that last phone call. Just in case anybody was wondering, I almost just went out right on the floor, just right in the middle of the call with Steve. But it was an interesting weekend. I'll fill you in on what happened, where we're at. I think that the restaurant mafia, Chewy, is back at it.
Oh.
I've done some research on curses, so we might have some information on how to defeat the curse that I'm sure that we're under at this point in time from that school up north. Also, we'll recap. The Braves are still the only team in Major League Baseball that has yet to lose a series this year, which is shocking, and they're boasting like the best record in baseball. I got a chance to check them out over the weekend. And then the Titans draft, we can recap that a little bit as well. It's all coming up here in the last, 40-ish minutes of the starting lineup. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Pennett's Pharmacy.
No surprises out here today, folks. You're going to have another beautiful day for you. Mostly sunny. High of 81 degrees this afternoon, with some southwest winds coming in around 10 to 15 miles per hour, with some gusts as high as 25. Be a little bit windy, but also very, very beautiful. Get out there and enjoy it while you stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester.
At Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester, we're more than a pharmacy. We're your partner in health. Conveniently located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, we're here to serve you with fast, friendly, and personalized service. Need prescriptions filled? Looking for over-the-counter products? We've got you covered. Plus, enjoy local delivery and expert advice from our caring team. Call us today at 931-967-2777 or stop by Bennett's Pharmacy at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard today.
When life hits you hard, you need someone who will stand up and fight back for you. Andy Davis, attorney at law, serves Southern Middle Tennessee in personal injury, criminal defense, family law, bankruptcy, and more. Call today to set up your free consultation, where you'll get clear answers, honest guidance, and a plan built around your needs. Online at southerninjurylaw.com. This is an advertisement. Andy Davis, attorney at law, responsible for content. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than that of other lawyers.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham alongside Chewy. Get to take a minute and just breathe for a second. We've been going one thing right after the next since we opened up the show on this Mayhem Monday. But we do appreciate you tuning in to the starting lineup, which is fueled by Loco Coffee. And before we even turn the mics on this morning, I was already rolling around my house with a cup of Loco coffee. It's locally roasted right here in Winchester, and it's not like you hear Loco, you think Loco stands for local cooperative, but you might think with some of the things that they have over there at Loco that it's got like certain things in it, certain chemicals or anything like that. It doesn't. It's just a really good cup of coffee.
If you go into the store, he's roasting it. Like you can watch him do it.
Yeah. And so I encourage you, if you've never had Loco Coffee and you see a bag around town, which they are at multiple different places you can pick them up. In fact, I think they're actually my sister over at the Abraham Art Gallery, Chewy, I think she is doing artwork on the bags and selling the bags.
Really?
And there's like a picture drawn, a unique custom hand-drawn picture on the bags. So you can get them all over the place, but it's kind of neat. But
I'm
anyway,
gonna have to go get one of those.
Yeah, it's Loco Coffee. Loco is fueling Franklin County mornings right here on the starting lineup. So shout out to them. All right, Chewy. So over the weekend, I got a chance to go over to Atlanta and check out the Braves, which you and I went down there last year, and we enjoyed it. They bring all the affiliates out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like me this year. It was me and Katie and a bunch of old radio fogies, as opposed to last year, which was me and you and a bunch of old radio fogies.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was funny though. What I want people to imagine is just Chewy, literally in his beanie, in his like hoodie jacket thing, in his shorts, and in his Chewy Crocs, and all these other guys are showing up. You got some guys who are dressed like in suits, most of them wearing their golf slacks, and they're all dressed. I mean, they want to make a good impression on the Braves. And Chewy's like,
I'm just happy to be involved.
What are we doing? Where's the food?
Yeah, I was like, when are we eating? Like we've walked around this whole stadium. It's taking forever. They finally got us there.
It's okay. Yesterday, so I take Katie up there, and you were trying to grab like hot dogs out of the hot dog stand and stuff like that. Katie, we're walking by, and this guy made a mistake a vendor was pushing his stuff, and he made the mistake of setting a blue moon just sitting up on the top of this thing. We're walking by, and she almost just swiped it right off the thing. I just slap her hand down. No, don't do that. There will be plenty of time for that.
Did she enjoy herself?
Oh, yeah. She enjoyed her Blue Moon. So for people who haven't been to Truist Park, there's just Blue Moon stuff everywhere. It's like the official beer of so Katie is now a Braves fan.
I bet. Yeah. After that.
In case you were wondering. She claims that the Astros are still her number one.
Okay.
But what I would like to say to her is that the Astros don't support her through Blue Moon the way that the Braves do.
Yeah, the Braves kind of go all out when it comes to Blue Moon.
Yeah. The Braves are my NL team. They're my second favorite team.
Really?
I'm a Yankees fan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Die hard through and through.
I like the Cubs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of fit that mold.
Thanks.
I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah. I like the Cubs.
So yesterday, we got to see Chris Sale on the mound. Dude is an absolute witch. In fact, he looks like a. This is gonna sound bad, but he looks like a dude that you picked up from under the bridge, who's all strung out on meth. I mean, he's extremely skinny. He's looking very aged,
rodent-like.
Yeah. His beard is think chewy, but like grayer, unkempt, long, and like graying. And the dude just goes ahead and he allows one hit, has 9 strikeouts.
Jeez.
I mean, just absolutely tears through their lineup. And at one point, we got to see him strike out. What is that kid's name? Number 3 for them. Oh, crap. It's the Phillies. What is the kid's name? He had a home run in the World Baseball Classic.
Hey, speaking of home runs, while you're looking that up, I did want to announce Rick texted us saying
Bryce Harper.
Ashton hit the game-winning home run yesterday in the 9th for her team out there. So shout out to her.
I didn't even see that. Bryce Harper. How do you not remember that guy's name? It's been one of those kind of I'm in kind of a fog, Chewy. I didn't get to have a day off over the weekend.
Yeah.
Normally I kind of reset and we start from scratch. So I don't even know what I did. We left out of here Friday right after the show. We left out of here. We went over. We filmed some stuff over at Rock Creek. Then I left right from Rock Creek. Went, grabbed some clothes, fished in a tournament on Saturday. Didn't catch anything on Friday when we were practicing. Literally didn't even have a bite. And then Saturday we caught a bunch, but most of them were small. And then I caught one good size, about a 3.5, 4-pounder. Something like that. But we freaking sucked all weekend again back out on the water. No, we caught a bunch. We probably caught 10 or 12 fish, just not many of the right size. And then that was Saturday. And then Saturday night, I get done with the fishing tournament around 3:00. Drive back from Scottsboro back to town. Just long enough to shower, repack, and then Katie and I dropped Crosby off, and then we left for Atlanta. We get to Atlanta, get in our hotel, which was, I'm pretty sure I've got bed bugs at this point. So that was interesting. It was a microtel.
Sure. Oh,
it was,
really? Yeah.
Well, and it was supposed to be, so Katie is an expert in the hotel industry. She worked in that industry for quite a while. And usually they're fairly clean. Not so much with this one. They're usually a pretty good value type of hotel. And so we stayed at the microtel. That was nasty. But it didn't matter. We went to dinner. We ate way too much at the OG, the Olive Garden.
Oh, you went to Olive Garden? I went to Cheesecake Factory this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were never going back to that place.
I am never going back to that place. I was on someone else's dollar.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, good for you. So yeah, went to the Olive Garden. They have this thing that it's I can't remember the name of it because it's Monday, and like I said, I can't remember the name of Bryce Harper even. But they had this thing. It was like raviolis with tons of cheese, and I it had like shrimp in it and all the thing. I mean, it was so good, and I couldn't even eat half of it because I was so full off of the breadsticks. I made the mistake with the breadsticks.
Yeah. Brett, by the way, said there's no such thing as a Braves fan who is also a Yankees fan. Unacceptable.
Yeah, well, get over it. I am also an Alabama fan who pulls for Tennessee when they're not playing Alabama. No, I do like the Braves.
So
this just is what it is.
Olive Garden's probably the fanciest restaurant I've ever been to.
Olive Garden is the fanciest restaurant you've ever been to?
Or the Cheesecake Factory, if you want to say that. Like, either one.
I gotta take you. You gotta get out more, brother.
Is it not a fancy place? Like,
No.
I see people in there with, like, collared shirts and stuff. Like, the guys up
Golf
front,
shirts,
well, yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't know what a golf shirt is, so.
Like a polo shirt.
Oh, okay. Is that not fancy? That's like your Sunday clothes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like mid-level.
When I go into a Cheesecake Factory in Olive Garden, I feel underdressed. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Well, you are. You're underdressed pretty much every day.
I had a conversation.
You walk out of your house and you're underdressed. You're like in your pajamas still half the time.
I thought about this the other day, and I was like, Tori gave me. We had a long, like hour-long conversation on the way to Huntsville the other day about fashion and how I am so fundamentally like off of what I thought people choose, like how people choose clothes.
Yeah.
Like you want to talk about some clarity? Tune into the afternoon show. We're going to delve into this because the way I pick out clothes is like it doesn't even compute with like normal humans.
Your shirt right now just says Dirty South Barbecue.
Yeah, it's that seasoning and pork rinds
Yeah.
that you can get. But yes, I do understand how like that.
What color
like,
is that shirt?
This shirt's green. I know this one's green. That's why I wear it, because it's green. And I like this green. Katie, by the way, says it's a chain restaurant fancy. Go to Jimmy Kelly's in Nashville.
Okay, so yeah, the Swamp Donkey says WTF, Olive Garden is not fancy. Chewy thinks that it's fancy because it's got wine bottles on display on the walls and stuff like that.
Have you not been to an Olive Garden?
Literally
like, that's a
this
nice
weekend.
place.
I know it's not fancy though. That's like saying like Red Lobster is fancy.
I mean, comparatively. I mean, I'm just saying.
Comparatively to what?
Like, it's not compared to Olive Garden, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, compared to a Fazoli's? Yeah, it is.
I would say that Red Lobster, because of the food, is actually fancier than Olive Garden. Well, you know what drives me nuts about Olive Garden and really all Italian restaurant-style restaurants is what they charge versus what it costs them to
make it.
Yeah, I mean, ravioli, it cost, like, we're talking about pennies on the dollar. And they're charging like $20 for a plate of ravioli.
Italians,
it's insane.
They have mastered the struggle meal to the point now where we go to restaurants and like we
Right.
have to have the gourmet versions. Like pizza was a poor people's food, but now you go to like these Italian places and it's like $25 a slice or something's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
So everybody, if anybody wants to drop like a Chewy restaurant fund, I'll take him out for something nice. Not
Ricky
that I
Tip
can
says,
afford it, but
you are underdressed for ESPN Radio Winchester. It's nicer than Taco Bell. Yeah, exactly. It's not fast food. It's like, you go in there and you sit down and they look at you in the face and, they give you like, it's not like a Chili's, or something like that. It's like you got to keep your voice down a little bit. The booths are always all nice and clean. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. Like P.F. Chang's. You've been there? That's a nice ass restaurant.
Yeah, I like P.F. Chang's.
Yeah, and you're all over here. Oh, it's not fancy. I'm like, well, where
I wouldn't
are
say
you?
I wouldn't say it's fancy. It's just it's nice.
Exactly. Like why?
It's like nice if you're like a high schooler on prom night and you take in your girlfriend. It's like that kind of nice, but it's not like nice as in high end nice.
If you're paying more than like $70 for like a fancy meal, like then you're just paying for the atmosphere, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I cannot justify something like a steak $76. Like I'll get up and leave. Like I'm not even joking. I've literally gone to places and I've seen I looked at the prices on the menu and the waitress was like, "Well, what can we get you?" And I was like,
"So
I'm ready to go."
Okay, so you're talking about nice. I'm talking about classy. So there are restaurants where they would not even let you in. Where you actually have to wear a tie.
Why?
For them to let you in.
Why would you bother wasting your time in those places?
Ricky says you need to come to dinner with Amy and I. Yeah.
I don't think I'd be allowed in. Like you'd have to put me on a leash
you
or
would,
something.
You would. You'd have to like we would have to go to what is the thrift store? the Goodwill. We'd have to go to the Goodwill and buy you an entire outfit, like a jacket, a coat.
I've got a blazer, but like that's about it. I think I have slacks somewhere, but they're like cargo. But
Yeah.
here's my question to people: why would you want to go into those places if you're going in there? Like, why? The food, like I've never eaten anything that's worth $100. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like just period. Like, there's never anything I've consumed as food wise that's worth $100.
I just want to see you sitting there like with your pinky out. Just do everything.
trying
With,
to
just
smell-
do everything with your pinky out.
It smells like grapes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why would you want to do that? There's nothing relaxing about that at all. It's like it's an uptight atmosphere where you're about to spend grotesque amounts of money. What are we doing here? When you could just be like going and enjoying yourself and speaking at whatever volume you'd like at a regular restaurant.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, Chewy enjoys like the Taco Bell. It's just
I don't like eating there, but I'll show up and like I'll use their free internet.
But that's like his kind of like atmosphere.
Yeah. Like I just don't get it.
Okay, so
Blazer and gym shorts, Ricky says.
So the and Crocs.
I'll do it.
And Crocs. So back to the Braves.
Go ahead.
I was very impressed. This team is extremely good. I mean, I think that they're the real deal.
What
I know
happened?
that we're still early in the season. Well, this is just like last year. The expectations were high, and they underperformed. This year, the expectations were very, 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 very low, and they are outperforming them. And, in the last, I think, 13 games are like 10-3. It's been a pretty strong performance across a very challenging division stretch. So at some point, we got to stop calling it a hot start, though, and give this team their due. I mean, this is who they are. They don't rely on just one guy to get it done. They don't do it in just one inning. They have won series after series after series. They are, right now, to this point, they're the best team in baseball, period, end of story. That's my opinion. If you think I'm too early on that, let me know in the chat through the FMO Facebook feed. But that is my opinion on it. I think that they're the best team in baseball right now.
That's a bold statement, Joe.
Well, speaking of bold statements, this past couple of weeks have been extremely, and restaurants. Speaking of bold statements and restaurants, this past couple of weeks, Chewy, have been extremely volatile within the community. Right? People are about to lose it off of this right-hand turning lane, and I know, I know that the drama is settled down, and I know you're saying, Joe, everybody's already forgotten about that. Not me, my friend. Not me. I mean, I was called some pretty nasty things. There were some friends of mine who were attacked pretty heartily for this. But, Chewy, what we do on this show is we dig deep, right? We go past, like, we rip off the Band-Aid, and then there's the scab, and we start scratching at the scab until it bleeds. And then once it starts bleeding, well, we get blood all over the place.
Okay. Jesus.
So I've determined, I've dug very deep, and I've determined that I know the source of the right-hand turning lane and what changed the traffic pattern. It's not T-Dot. Any guesses on
I'm going to guess
who and what it might be?
Yes, I have a feeling that you're going to equate this to the curse of Tullahoma.
No. That was the second place I was going to go.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you equating it to?
I think that it's the restaurant mafia.
Ah,
yeah.
Right.
I think, and for years and years, people have joked about this group, this cabal that operates in the shadows of Winchester, of Franklin County, and they decide, who gets what restaurant, where it gets to be put.
They're the ones behind telling everyone to put Mexican restaurants in their place, too, right?
Yeah. And I think, based on the new evidence that I have uncovered, that they are responsible for the right-hand turning lane over by Bates. They don't want people going into downtown. They're literally controlling traffic. I think that is the mystery behind all of this. They're redirecting cars to where their restaurants or future restaurants or historical places or whatever places they want you to go. They're controlling where your cars are going.
I get it. The local underground restaurant mafia that totally exists.
Well, think about it this way. They wanted you to avoid the other side of town, right?
Right.
What did they put over there? They put a roundabout over there because they know people can't figure out roundabouts. So they just put one on that side of town, which keeps everybody from going over that way. Tell me I'm lying.
And then
why do you think there's no restaurants over there?
Yeah. So the totally real restaurant mafia went to the
Totally.
state and said, "Hey, T-Dot, we need you to do this in order to increase a percentage of our sales."
Yeah.
And that's what they did. And they were like, "We need that and a roundabout."
They went to T Dizzle and said, "Hey, if you wanna follow the traffic, you got to follow the money." And I'm just saying.
Ricky says your next 3 meals will be burnt. You're not going to be able to eat in this county at all,
I'm
Joe
not
Abraham.
going to be able to get any food in this county. So it's, for all these people who are wondering, it's not like downtown's fault. It's not T-Dot's fault. It's just the restaurant mafia's fault.
All right, well, if anybody from the restaurant mafia is in the chat, hit us up and let us know your theories on that.
Yeah. I'm sure that that's what it's got to be.
Well, they're always listening.
They are, which is scary. But also, that's, it's a good thing for us because more listeners the better, right?
We don't care if you're part of an underground cabal.
No. We're just trying to get in. Let us in or we'll keep telling people that you exist, even though you don't.
Oh, dear.
All right, let's get a break in here. When we come back, I don't know what the heck we're going to... Oh, the curse. I do want to talk about the curse.
Yeah. Because
I still think that there's something there, and we'll wrap it up by talking about that. It is a Mayhem Monday. Well, you know what I was thinking about, too, over the weekend? Mayhem Monday is good, but, what if we called it Mandela Effect Monday or Mandela Monday?
Mandela Day.
Yeah, because what we can do is we can totally brainwash people into thinking that things that I said on Friday of last week didn't actually happen. Because from a day-to-day perspective, some of the stuff that comes out of my mouth, we need to just hit the reset button, which is probably why Brett Crabtree jumped into the chat about 10 minutes ago and said, "I think you have a personality disorder, Joe."
Yeah.
Brett, you've been listening to this show for all of at least a year, and you're just now figuring this out? Ricky says, "Tasso, they're calling you out." Oh, boy.
All right. There we go. We didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You were the one bringing up names.
Well, I didn't say the name, but I definitely mentioned the restaurant cabal.
Sure. So, Ricky, yeah.
Which everybody knows.
For the record.
For the record, everybody knows Tasso is the head of.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
oh, okay. We're making that declarative statement, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the president.
Got you.
He got voluntold as
he's the prime minister of the restaurant cabal. He's the supreme leader.
It's kind of like Kiwanis Club, but more badass. All right, we'll be back to wrap things up. It is the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at FMOTN.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
Hey folks, I'm Johnny Hand from WCDT, the home for Franklin County Athletics. From Friday night football to every big game in between, we're proud to bring you all the action that keeps our community cheering. Want to be part of that excitement? We'd love to talk with you about advertising and other great opportunities to support our local athletes. So give us a call today at 931-967-2201 or stop by the station at 1201 South College Street right here in Winchester. WCDT Winchester. We are Franklin County.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Winchester hosted a unique regional competition April 23rd as water utilities gathered at the City Park Red Roof Pavilion for the annual TAUD Regional Water Taste Test. The Tennessee Association of Utility Districts conducts contests across the state each year to determine which system provides the best tasting drinking water. Region 6 utilities, representing Maury, Giles, Rutherford, Marshall, Bedford, Moore, Lincoln, Cannon, Coffee, and Franklin counties, competed in this year's event. Belvedere Rural Utility District was selected as the Region 6 winner and now advances to the statewide competition at the TAUD Annual Conference. The state competition will move on to represent Tennessee at the Great American Water Taste Test in Washington, D.C. as part of the National Rural Water Association's Rural Water Rally. TAUD will cover travel expenses for the winning utilities representative. In education news, Franklin County schools are celebrating 7 juniors who scored 30 or higher on the ACT, placing them in the top 5 to 7% nationally. The ACT measures college readiness in English, math, reading, and science, with scores ranging from 1 to 36 and a national average around 20 to 21. Students recognized for reaching the Elite 30-plus range include Trace Custer, Hayden Hunt, Carter Franklin, Nicholas Castle, Audrey Stewart, William Orr, and Harrison Crenshaw. District leaders say the achievement reflects exceptional dedication and academic excellence. And the Franklin County Sheriff's Office marked National Drug Endangered Children Awareness Day on April 22nd, emphasizing its commitment to protecting children impacted by substance-related environments. Officials encourage residents to wear red in support, advocate for safer community standards, and report concerns to the Sheriff's Office or Tennessee Department of Children's Services hotline. For more local news and updates, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
This segment of the starting lineup is brought to you by the Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Tune into the starting lineup with the FMO Facebook feed every weekday. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham alongside Chewy. All right, so this upcoming weekend, Sunday night, 7 p.m., it is the Owl Awards. I think this is the 4th version of it. Stop me if I'm lying, Ricky Tips in the chat. I think that this is the 4th rendition of the Owl Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I'm pretty sure.
Sunday night, 7 p.m. And I encourage you to go out there, support these local athletes. I've got to check and see. We'll post all the nominees and things like that. We've got all that. We got to get that stuff out there. It comes together fairly quickly. 7 p.m. on Sunday night over at the Oldham here in downtown Winchester.
If Ricky's available on Wednesday, we'll ask about him as well when he's in person here.
Yeah.
But the selection process and like all the work that goes behind the scenes.
4th annual, he says.
It's yes, 4th annual. But
yeah.
it's an incredible process of like breaking down students, not just athletically, but like behaviorally. Are they leading? You know, like it's really in depth, and they care about it. So
yeah, there's input that comes from the coaches and the ADs, and like this past year, this year. Everybody kind of in and around involved in the programs had a say.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And even I got to be there.
Yeah, I know. That was neat. So this upcoming Sunday?
This Sunday, 7 p.m., 4th annual Owl Awards.
Cool.
And we will continue to have more information on. You look on the Facebook page. We'll put it out there here in the next couple of days. We will have it, the additional information. So, Chewy.
Yes.
I mentioned the curse. It seems like every time we play that team up north, it's beyond bad luck. It's not a coincidence anymore. We've realized that there's a pattern here. Every time we play them, it doesn't matter if it's in basketball, softball, baseball, football, probably wrestling too. I don't know. Is there such thing as like a controversy in band?
Probably. I mean, all of a sudden your instruments don't start working correctly. Someone's off key all of a sudden.
Yeah. Can you there's not officials, but can you somehow cheat in band? I don't know.
Maybe.
But let's break this down because curses, Chewy, happen for different reasons, right? So option one, it could have been a disrespect curse. Like, did we do something to them first? Some sort of disrespect.
So it's like karma.
Yeah. Did we run up the score in a game? Did we snub a coach during a handshake? Because you don't just, like at that point, you don't just get cursed, you earn the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Did we earn a curse? That's option number one.
Okay.
Number two, again, I've done research on these curses. Number two, stolen glory curse. Did we take something that was supposed to be theirs? Did we did we transfer a player in a while back or hire a coach that was supposed to be theirs or go on a championship run that was supposed to be theirs? Is the universe like evening it out at this point? And it could have been from long ago.
Interesting.
Is there a buried object? This is curse number 3. I'm leaning into this one.
Yeah.
There's 100% something buried in a field on our campus somewhere.
A totem or
an old jersey.
Yeah. A talisman.
A rival mascot. Something placed under a dugout or a goalpost. This is textbook sports curse stuff right here.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Because like didn't like the Cubs do like a satanic ritual and sacrifice a goat or something, and like that was why they didn't win forever.
Something like that. Could be an officiating karma curse. You know, officiating has been the bane of our existence in these events, these performances, these games that we've played against them. Maybe we're just getting paid back for something that happened long ago.
So when a curse is like this, do you just wait it out? Like, what do you do?
I don't think you have to. I think that, and we'll get into how maybe there's some things that we can do to counter it.
Andrew jumped in this morning. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Andrew. And then, then there is of course there is of course the petty fan curse, which that only takes one person. Okay, it could be like your grandma. Did your grandma lay the curse on Franklin County? Is it against Tullahoma? Is it a lifelong fan? Is it a bitter alumni? Did we piss off the wrong person at the wrong time and then boom, just decades of chaos? Or in this particular instance, like it's been a couple of years.
It's not been like Joe. It's a good point.
It's not been like a long time, but we play them in so many different sports so often, it feels like it's been a decade.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out who placed the curse. We don't have to figure it out, I guess, but we can speculate. So if you've got an idea, maybe it was a former coach, maybe it was a Tullahoma booster with too much time on their hands, maybe it's an umpire from back in the day that's still holding a grudge against us.
Could be a ghost.
Maybe it is a ghost. Maybe it's somebody who has like a VHS tape of a loss that they never got over, and they just go home and they watch it over and over and over again, cursing Franklin County. Yeah. I don't know.
Some guy who like peaked in high school and he reviews his tape over and over and over and over again.
Could be some old quarterback from up in Tullahoma that just can't get over the time we beat the brakes off him. I don't know.
He's giving us some bad voodoo.
Yeah. Which turns to, okay, how do we you mentioned this, Chewy, how do we break the curse? Do we got to bury something of theirs back or something of ours back on their field? Do we got to win big and just snap the narrative right in half?
No.
Just hammer them?
This is an easy fix. Okay. Everybody's been complaining and talking about it. There's been a hot topic button about the mascot and everything.
Yeah.
To psychologically damage Tullahoma, what we have to do is we have to be the FC Wildcats.
Don't start that. That's really bad.
We have to be the FC Wildcats, and then we're not competing Tullahoma. We're competing to see who's the best Wildcats, and then that we can win.
Well, if you're talking about changing that, no. I think what we need to do in that perspective is we could change our name to the FC Cat Hunters or.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure. Yeah, like Big Cat. We need to be the FC Dentists because those guys are those dentists. They always fly out to Africa and shoot the lions and the big cats and stuff. So that's what we need to be, the FC Dentist. And our mascot's going to be like a billionaire white guy. Some like
basically the same mascot.
Oh crap! Dang! Now we're back to where we were.
We don't even have to change the logo.
We don't even have to change the logo. Yeah, we just have to give him a gun.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Let's bring that up to the ADs next time. Hey, we have an idea for the mascot. Same thing. We just add a big big ass rifle,
An elephant gun.
An elephant gun. And he's got like
gosh.
he's doing that goofy pose in front of the lion that you know that one that they always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we have a lot of like animals in the region for different teams. There's like
there's no hunters.
There's like falcon. There's a lot of wildcats.
Yeah. We got like cougars, the wampus cats out there, that kind of thing.
I think Lawrence County the wildcats. There's a bunch of wildcats out there.
Yeah.
So what's the opposite? What's in like an anti-wildcat?
A wolf.
Wolves are badass.
Wolves are kind of badass.
Well, here's what I think we need to do. I think we need to, number one, start by doing as much of the things as possible to break the curse. I think that if we need to have a field cleansing ceremony, Chewy, you, me, midnight, Franklin County High School football
Candles.
field. Fire.
Yeah. Sage.
So you, me, the football field, maybe some holy oil. I don't have holy oil. I have olive oil. Holy water.
Any of them astrology girls listening, give us some of your rocks. You know, like I want some of them fancy rocks you got that that vibrate. Yeah, we'll pull out all the stops.
So that's number one. Maybe we can have Philip Fulmer come out there and like help us bless the field.
Sure.
Bless the stadium.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
And then on the flip side, you know what I think we need to do is, you know how you can battle a curse, Chewy? Fight curse for curse. I think we just curse them back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we just go over there and we bury something over there, and we curse them right back.
Okay, all right. I don't know if we can advocate for
voodoo magic.
No. That I'm on board for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I was talking about like physically damaging the property of another school. I don't know if we can advocate for that. But
no. Yeah, we don't have to like. We could hide it behind a tree somewhere. Just off
it doesn't
campus.
have to be on the school grounds.
You know,
it just has to be in the Tullahoma city limits.
They've got that big rock. You know, that they're always painting rainbow colors on.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we just bury something under the rock.
We'll see. Yeah, I guess it just depends on how we're feeling that day.
All right. If you got any ideas, holler at me. we gotta figure out what the next steps are to this thing.
All right.
All right, Chewy. Coming up on the other side, it is Reliable Rentals Swap and Shop with Chewy. And then later today, Unleashed from 2 to 4 p.m. with Chewy. What do you got going on in the afternoon show?
Oh, I'm going to tell you all about my weekend.
Yeah?
We're starting off with that.
I might hang out with you a little bit.
We'll see.
I don't have anything to do. Well, I might have something to do. I don't know. I got to figure out if I have anything to do.
We're talking about, listen, I have some confessions on fashion that I'd like to talk about. Like some revelations. That Tori informed me on. So if you'd like to little dip into my psyche for this afternoon and just jump in with us. We're just feeling it out.
I'm interested to figure out how you determine what's in your closet, what's in your wardrobe.
It's not what everyone else's is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for Chewy, I am Joe Abraham. Special thanks go out to Dr. Alsop, Kelly Kennedy, and Bob Robertson for joining us right off the bat this morning. It's a good way to start off the week on a Mayhem Monday. Tune in tomorrow for a Trending Tuesday with handsome Rob Kortner. It is ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9 WCDT Winchester.
No desire to be anywhere near that.
There's something to be said for watching guys half your age. I mean,